Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm the new youth services consultant for the state library. I'm trying something new here, and I don't even know what to call it yet. We'll figure it out together. Basically what happens is that I get tons of boxes of books from publishers, and every month what I'm going to do is kind of go over the highlights of what I think the cool stuff is in the boxes. I'm pulling together books from some of my favorite authors and picture books that I think could be fun and things that I hope are helpful to you as you're making your book selections. I'm going to start with picture books, and then I'm going to talk about some elementary level books and then some YA novels as well. There's no nonfiction in this batch. So here we go. The first book I'm going to talk about is called My Grandfather's Coat. It's a folktale, and it's retold by Jim Aylesworth. Artwork's done by Barbara McClintock. It's very fabulously done. Very nice illustrations. It's a sweet story, good read aloud, with a nice little message about a grandfather and his family and how nothing ever goes to waste. Something to look into. This next book is called If Kids Ran the World by Leo and Diane Dillon. Now, kids are going to love the title and the pictures. The pictures are fantastic. Really nice artwork. The story is a little magical, maybe a little too happy for my taste. It's basically about how if the kids ran the world, everything would be fabulous. No one would be hungry, no one would bully, everyone would be fabulous to each other, and we'd all get along and live happily ever after. Not a bad message for story time. It's kind of up to you, but I think the kids will like it. The next one is called The Night Parade. It's by Lily Roscoe. Again, really nice artwork, nice and simple. A good read-aloud book, and it's about this imaginary things that happen after bedtime, including frosting. How can you go wrong with that, right? And parties, and at the end they all go back to their houses and go to bed. So it's kind of a magical adventure at nighttime. Could be good for pajama story time if you do that in your library. Let's see. Noodle Magic is the only book in my collection today that got a starred review. I'm not sure I would have given it a starred review, but that's neither here nor there. It's a folktale, and it takes place in Asia, and it's about a little girl and her grandfather making noodles together. It's a little on the magical realism side, and it's a very sweet story. The art is very colorful and fantastic, you can see. So it might be good, especially if you have a multicultural group. This might be good for some of your older kids if you do older multicultural units in your schools or in your story times. Another multicultural group in this book in this group is called The Everlasting Embrace. I'm not a huge fan of the artwork in this. The kind of loose brush strokes is just not my style, but of course that's just a matter of opinion. It's a sweet story. It takes place in Mali, and it's about a boy and his mother and their relationship through kind of a typical day and how they go everywhere together. It's very colorful. There's a lot of text, though. It could be good for the older kids. And in the end, there's information about Mali, and there's photographs as well. So it might work really well for an elementary group. All right, last but not least, this book is fantastic. Max and the Won't Go to Bed Show. Who could go wrong with that title? If you like Bob Shea and the dinosaur books, this one's for you. I tend to go this way in story times. Other people have quieter story times, but if you have a rambunctious group, this is definitely a good choice. The pictures are fantastic. Look at this. And it's basically how this little boy doesn't want to go to bed, so he puts on this little circus act to convince his parents that he shouldn't go to bed. It's awesome. It's rambunctious. It lends itself really well to different voices, and would be excellent for story time. All right, so moving on to some novels. This book here is by one of my all-time favorite authors, Kirby Larson. She, of course, wrote Hattie Big Sky and got the Newbery Honor for that. She's also written a book called Duke. It's part of this new kind of series she has about girls and their dogs. And this book, Dash, takes place in World War II, and it's about a little girl who has to give up her dog when she goes to a Japanese internment camp. And she keeps on a relationship with the caretaker for the dog, and the story is told in some letters. It seems like it could be really cute, and I trust Kirby Larson, so I'm sure it's very well researched as well. The next one is by Sharon Flake. Love Sharon Flake. And I love the name of the protagonist in this story, Octobia May. I just think that's fantastic. It's a middle grade mystery. It takes place in the 1950s, and it's about vampires. Who could go wrong with that? And if you love Sharon Flake, it's kind of a no-brainer. Let's see. This one I was really excited to get as well. Trent Reedy, he wrote Words in the Dust. If you haven't read Words in the Dust, you need to right now. It's fantastic, and it's awesome on audio. Kathryn Patterson wrote the introduction. This is his newest book. It's about a kid named Mike. He's 16. His dad died in Afghanistan in the war, and he starts getting letters mysteriously from his dad. His dad wrote before he died in case he didn't make it back. And so it's a coming-of-age story, and if it's anything like Words in the Dust, it's going to be fantastic. All right, another of awesome authors. We've got an awesome author lineup here. Kathryn Erskine, love her. This story takes place in 1346. It's the Scots are getting ready to invade England, and this is about a boy who's frail. He's albino, and he really wants to go to war. He's being bullied by the other kids. They call him Badger, and so it kind of fits in with the themes that Kathryn Erskine has of not fitting in and being different. So I'm probably pretty sure it's going to be good. All right, the next one is a sequel. This book's called Bombay Blues. It's a sequel to Born Confused. Born Confused is one of my all-time favorite high school books ever. And this is a very long-awaited sequel. I cannot wait to dig into this one. But it's just a wonderful coming-of-age story. All right, I don't know about you, but I am completely sick of dystopia. Completely over it. But this one looks kind of cool. Love is the Drug by Alaya Dawn Johnson. It looks kind of interesting and maybe even a little timely. She wrote The Summer Prince, and this book is about homeland security and some sort of deadly flu virus that's going around killing people, which is kind of similar to the Ebola crisis we're having right now. I think kids might really like the themes of this story, especially the anti-government stuff, but definitely high school read. It looks a little creepy. And the very last book right here, The Iron Trial. I mean, how could you resist Holly Black and Cassandra Clare? I did not realize this was on the horizon, so I'm giving you a heads up for it, that this is here. It looks fantastic. Look at that freaky cover. Woo-hoo. Anyway, that's all I have for you this month. I will be doing this every month. If you have suggestions, ideas, or if you think you know what this should be called, I would love to hear from you. Here's my contact information. Feel free to contact me with any questions, comments. If I have not visited you or if we have not met yet, please send me an email. I would love to talk to you and see what you're up to in your library. Thank you.